Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sports Gambling Daily on what is today? Today's a Wednesday,
Wednesday, yeah, October 16th.
October 16th. Sorry we couldn't be with you for a couple of days. We had a technical difficulties one day and then just some things yesterday, people traveling to Vegas and everything. It was just a weird sort of last couple of days, but we are back on a beautiful, rainy Wednesday here. How's it in Texas, man?
It's humid and it's par for the course here in Texas. You walk outside and you're sweating immediately as you're walking through. Basically, it's like walking through water outside. But that's what it's like to live on the coast down here in Texas. It's just nothing but humidity. So anyway, what's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Excited to be back. Had a nice doubleheader of baseball yesterday. That was kind of fun all day long. I know you have to be excited.
Yeah, but I already knew this was going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried, man. Now, Astros, man, the pitching matchups are great, and with Verlander and Cole. The Cole is your hammer. Verlander's not a bad pitcher either, and they just get the job done. I would get a little worried if the Yankees were able to steal one of those games. But today's matchup is a very winnable game for both sides. And I know that's what we're leaning. That's what our play is going to be on today is on this matchup, the Yankees versus the Astros. Now, hey, congratulations to those Natties last night. Sweeping the Cardinals, man. I didn't see a sweep coming.
No, it's interesting with that team. There's a team that went from really got lucky to get in it because the Brewers sort of let them in. They probably should have been eliminated in the wild card match, but They caught fire. They have a formidable pitching staff with Scherzer and Strasburg is obviously pretty damn electric himself. And then that lineup can hit Soto, Young, Rendon, Young. I mean, they're really, really good. They're really hot. Turner, they're gelling at the right time, but that was making the point last night. I mean, this may not be the case, but them sweeping, might be the worst thing for them. I'm sure they would have loved to roll right in there hot as hell and continue. And now you got to wait 2. And if it goes to a final, if it goes to game 7, maybe 3 more games before they even play again.
I think it'd be almost a week.
Yeah.
Because today they might have a rain out in New York. They're talking about crazy weather, which in my opinion, which I guess I'm going to take this off track a little bit. In my opinion, helps the Yankees a lot. It helps the Yankees more than it helps the Astros. So I hope they play today with Urquidy and J.A. Happ on the mound. If it gets rained out, they'll probably end up going with Zach Greinke and Tanaka again. It would be basically a reset of the whole series.
Right.
But I would like to play today because J.A. Happ I think is pretty bad, and I love when he's on the mound, and also. The bullpen for the Yankees is kind of not struggling, but they've just been used up a lot lately. So I think they said they had 15 different pitchers in the last 2 games, or maybe last 2 games, I believe. But
you're absolutely. And Hap's one of those pitchers where, like, when you see him enough, like you can just get a read on him. He's kind of like an over the top delivery, and I don't know. He's hittable, man. And they've seen him enough, and they got to him the other day when he came out of the bullpen. And I agree with you. There is nothing about this forecast that indicates this game's going to play.
Yeah, you're right. But you never know, man. Like, we thought that that one game with the Patriots game, we thought it was going to be just awful weather. There was a couple of weeks ago when it was Seattle versus Los Angeles. In Seattle, we thought it was just going to be insane weather, and that fell apart. It didn't go anywhere. So. So we went ahead and capped the game as if, they are going to play. There's not a lot of sports going on today. We got some hockey and we got some, some exciting Troy football. But, overall, we got the Astros. But to your point earlier, I do believe that the Nationals, that them on a long layoff definitely hurts their chances, no matter who they play, which more likely they're going to play the Astros. I'm not calling it right now, Astros, baby. No, but it's going to be a good matchup because they got the good pitching, so they have the pitching to match up with New York and with Houston. And they've done a great job masking that bullpen because that was been their Achilles heel the whole season.
Yep.
So, they got the hitters. They're hot, but like you said, they're going to be sitting around for possibly 2 weeks, or a week and a half, and if it goes to Game 7. So I think that helps the team that's already playing. So
agreed.
And then wherever they go, they're going to have to travel. So,
Right.
Hey, congratulations to the Expos because, man, they deserve it, man. I'm really happy for them. And if the Astros don't make it to the World Series, I'm rooting for the Nationals to win it all this year.
Yeah, it's weird for obviously they're a division rival of the Phillies, and I'm not a huge fan of them just for that reason. But I do respect what they have done, and I'm very jealous of some of the guys in the lineup. I mean, obviously we took Bryce Harper from them, but you could argue that. I mean, I don't even know if they're really missing him. I mean, they're playing well with him. I mean, he's good for us, but I don't know. Soto is. I just can't look across the board. The guys are so young. I can't think of the dude's name. I'm just blanking out. Their center fielder. He was out with a hammy for 5 days. He's like Victor Robles, 25 years old. I mean, he could be a Gold Glover at some point. So I don't know. The team's going to be stacked for a while.
Yeah. So guys, let us know who you want to win in the comments. So do you got the Nationals, Yankees, or them Astros? Let me know. I'm curious for myself. Hey, and real quick before we get into our pick, I wanted to talk about what people brought up last time. Last time we actually had a video, which I think was on Friday. I wanted to say thanks for everybody leaving their comments about if they think the games are rigged by Vegas, because we had some good comments in there, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to write that out for us.
I'll tell you this real quick. If people did think that ahead of time, after they watched the Green Bay game Monday night, they're really friggin' thinking it, because I don't know, man. That shit was insane and all the way around. If you had the under in the game, then you said Jamal Williams must have as well because he sat down on the 2. But if you think about it, the play was smart. But I mean, anybody that had the over was like, what the hell is going on? It's just ridiculous. But it was a smart play. And unless the guy gets the field goal block, the play was smart. So,
it was crazy turn of events in that game, man. So, but hey, we had the under in that game, so it worked out good for us.
It sure did. It's just with the fan of hands to the face calls and just in terrible situations and times and the refs. I don't know. It's just too much crap going on.
Yeah, speaking of what we had yesterday, we had the under 7.5 in the Yankees Astros game. Now, I mean, I was never really worried about it. I was the thing was in the first 2 innings the Astros get out to a 2-0 lead off of solo shots and. But, when you had Garrett Cole, even though he had 5 walks, he still was pretty locked in. So, that guy, he's going to get paid whenever the season's over. So, congratulations to him. He'll more than likely move on to California.
It only got crazy for a minute, really, when he had that ball that went to, the wall. He even thought for a minute maybe it might – Didi Gregorius' shot, I thought had a chance to go out because he looked up at it like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that was close to being a 3-run shot right there. And then it just fell right into your favorite player, J.J. Redick's, a.k.a. Josh Reddick's glove. Oh, man.
Yep.
So that was definitely a pucker moment there. So.
Did you by any chance see the guy sitting in the outfield that they kept where he was slapping the wall? And he's like, no! And they're like, he must have had the over.
Yeah, he also was yelling, I think he said a couple of curse words to Didi Gregorius and man. But hey, speaking of Didi, have you seen? Does it look like he does his eyelashes? Am I the only one that notices this?
Oh, he's got pretty eyes, man.
Anyway, hey, let's get into this video pick real quick. All right, so we know there's bad weather, but we also know that Urquidy's pitching, which he has pitched well, but when he first came into the league, man, he was all over the place. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, his first game was against the Colorado Rockies. Anyway, he got lit up. It took him a while to get adjusted. Now, this guy hasn't pitched in a long time. And he hasn't started in a long time. So he's going to come out here, and he's going to be in a hostile environment. He's a rookie, so I can see him getting hit. The Yankees' bats have only had, 3 runs? 3 runs in 20 innings. Yep. That is very un-Yankee-like.
Sure is.
And on the other hand, Philly, we got J.A. Happ on the mound.
Yes, we do. Batting practice Hap. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm familiar with Hap, obviously, as a Philly, but he just gave up the game the other night to Correa's home run. I love this spot for the Yankees to, for the Astros to be able to punish him and get to him. Usually a couple times around the rotation, he's extremely hittable, and they're familiar with him too. So it just leans towards runs being scored.
Yep, the former Astro there. Now, of course, that was back in the day before they had the uniform change, and hell, they were back in the National League when J.A. Happ played for the Astros. But I think this game goes over if they play, because if they play, that means the weather's not as bad as they first thought it was going to be.
Right.
So the over-under right now, it opened at 9. It's down to 8.5. I can see that's being because the public is betting it down because they're seeing the weather report. But I'm saying, guys, if the weather is that bad, they're not going to play. So
I agree.
If they do play, then I think 8.5 is a great spot. Both these teams have the hitting power. They're the two best hitting teams in the league, and they're going against not very elite pitching. So even though Urquidy is a strikeout pitcher, but that just means he throws a lot of strikes. So I can see him making a couple mistakes, and before you know it, Brad Peacock's in the game or Colin McHugh's in the game, and they're not world burners either, guys. So, and then on the flip side, the Yankees bullpen is not decimated, but they're not very. They're not rested, I guess is the point. So.
Sure.
But they're good, but I just think it goes over 8.5 if that's the case.
Agreed. And to your point with the weather, too, and I know I'm going back a while, but if you remember when the Phillies were in the World Series in 2008, they had that torrential downpour where they actually had to cancel the game and halfway through it, and they had to restart it 2 days later. And they had to make a special ruling because it was like the fifth inning, and the game was, at that time the Phillies were winning. They let it go to the fifth. The Rays tied it. And then the commissioner called the game, and the weather was bad for 2 days. They don't want to get into that situation. They don't want a situation where there's a weather-shortened game. So if there is a chance that this is going to be horrible, I can't imagine they would even start it.
Yeah, no, you're right. So just keep your eye out on it. But that's where we're at. That's where we're leaning. We see a good angle there. So, hey, if it works out and we get the play, then we feel great about the situation. So
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. We're at about the 12-minute mark. So, hey, come join us in the Discord. All the information's in the description if you're interested. And, Philly, my man, I will see you later on the Discord. Hope you have a good day.
You too, brother. Definitely. Everybody out there, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. And, hope the game gets on. It'd be nice to watch it. And any comments, we'd love to see what you have to say. And let us know who you're on.
Yep, let us know who you're betting. And also... go Astros, baby.
Go Astros.
All right, man. For my man Philly, my name's Jared. You've been watching Sports Gambling Daily on a Wednesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Peace.